Hello, good morning. This is Lakshmi Raju. Now I'm going to take the remaining part of the last unit, that is microwave measurements and solid state devices. So in that microwave solid state device part I'm going to explain now. So in this we have a transferred electronic devices, a TEDs, its mechanism, gun diode, OWHTV, characteristics and operation and oscillating modes, and some other devices to generate microwave signals are IMPAT and TREPAD diodes. So introduction part of this unit is generally we have a conventional solid state devices are used in normal conventional systems. So those are ordinary diodes, semiconductor devices like ordinary diodes, transistors and the transistors, etc. So these are not useful at microwave frequencies because all these devices at microwave frequencies and at higher frequencies we get some stray capacitance is very low, inductance and transit time is very high. So inductance effect and transit time means time taken to travel electrons from one point to another point. This is it takes very more time. So it is not usable at microwave frequencies. So therefore these are not withstand also these are also not withstand at larger powers also, that is one of the drawback. So in case of microwave tubes, already we have discussed in the second unit, microwave tubes are two cavity Klystron tubes, multi cavity Klystron tubes, reflex Klystron tubes, helix TWT, all these are microwave tubes. These are the sources of amplifiers and oscillators. All microwave these tubes uses the concept of velocity modulation, bunching process, current density, current modulation, all these things. So, but they have several limitations. Of course, these are operated at very high frequency, but we have several limitations like better performance, low noise, high frequency operation, bandwidth is low, greater bandwidth is less, and lesser switching times. All these are the drawbacks. So these are overcomes in 1960s using semiconductor microwave devices. So which includes the two terminal and three terminal devices. So these are having some characteristics or advantages compared with the tubes. That is low noise, better performance, greater bandwidth, more high frequency, less switching times. So all these devices employ negative resistance characteristics rather than velocity modulation for their operation. But these are lesser in size compared with the tubes. The two terminal devices are transferred electron devices. Transferred electron devices. These are operated with the TED's mechanism. Second one is a valence transit time type of devices, IMPAT and TREPAD diodes. So three terminal solid state devices are transistors, FETs, MOSFETs. But these are having a limitation of less power operating capability. Does not operate at a very high frequency, very high power. It generate much, not much high power. So actually, the classification of these microwave solid state devices are into two categories. First one based on electrical behavior. Second one based on their construction. Based on the electrical behavior, these are non-linear resistance type, varistor type, means varistor means variable resistor type, and non-linear reactance type, that is varactor, variable resistance type. Second type is controlled impedance type, pin diode. Based on the construction, we have different type of diodes and devices. So point contact diode, Schottky barrier diode, MOS devices, metal insulation devices. So all these devices, microwave solid state devices, have different applications. One is the amplification process we can utilize, oscillations, detection, down up conversion for radar and radars, modulation, switching, power generation, limiting circuits, phase shifting circuits, etc. So actually these are used in modern applications like radar, biological, medical application, navigational equipment, the industrial electronic products. So these two terminal devices are majorly in all these two terminal microwave solid state devices are operated with transferred electron devices TED mechanism. TEDs. The common characteristics of all the active two-terminal devices, solid state devices, is their negative resistance. This is the negative resistance. So actually, impedance Z is equal to real and imaginary. So the real part of their impedance is negative over a range of frequency for these DE devices, TED devices. In a positive resistance type, the current flowing through resistor and the voltage across these are in phase, and means both current and voltage are in phase, and it is a positive, and the total positive I square or power is dissipated in the resistor. But in case of negative resistance, the voltage and current are out of phase by 180 degrees. There is change in phase angle 180, and the voltage across the resistor is positive, and the power of minus I square, or here not a positive, minus I square is generated by the power supply associated with the negative resistance. So TEDs are bulk devices having no junctions or gates. Microwave solid state transistors are having their junctions and gates. They are formed from silicon and germanium material. But TEDs are made with compound semiconductors such as gallium arsenide GaAs, indium phosphide INP, cadmium telluride CETE devices. TEDs operates with hot electrons. Hot electrons means those are having much greater energy than thermal energy. The thermal energy is 0.02 E 26 electron volt eV. So TED, the electrons transferred from lower energy level to higher energy level. This process itself will give the negative resistance. So these devices are called as TEDs, transferred electron devices. So this is the energy band diagram. So in the energy band diagram, so the energy band diagram shows up any semiconductor memory devices valency band VB, conduction band CB. In between these two, there is energy gap. So now, in the conduction band also we have several different energy level. All the electrons have different energy levels. So most of the energy lower energy levels electrons are there in this type of gallium arsenide, silicon cadmium telluride, or indium phosphide type of materials. So the electrons which are there in the conduction band, most of the electrons have lower energy level. Means so those electrons mobility is more, but mass of these device electrons are negative, mass of the electrons are less. So actually the conduction band have the electrons have different energy levels. So in conduction band there are some bands corresponding to different energies. In case of semiconductor devices, subbands within the conduction band are called as valleys. These are valleys. Subbands means all the conduction band is divided into some bands, subbands, lower valley. These subbands are called as valleys. So lower valley means in this the electrons have less energy level, but its mobility is more. Mass of the electrons are less. So in the upper valley, the electrons are less in case of gallium arsenide materials. Means upper energy, most high energy level electrons are less. These values are called upper valley energy. But in this area, the electrons have mass is more, its mobility is less. So in between subband there is some energy gap. Because of this, therefore the electrons can't jump to higher conduction band. If you consider the device, most of the electrons are present in the lower energy valley. Electrons are having large mobility, less mass. All the electrons are lower valley or participate in current conduction. Therefore, current density J is equal to sigma into sigma E, conductivity and electric field. So now this lower value electrons take some energy from the external supply. So if you are applying some energy, external supply manages the gap. These electrons manages the gap, and these are entered into upper valley. Then mobility decreases, mass of the electrons increases. As we increase electrical field, there are number of more electrons are transferred from lower valley to upper valley. Therefore, mobility decreases. Means mobility decreases means current density J decreases. In this process itself, negative resistance is obtained, so it is called as transferred electron devices. Also we can call as transferred electron amplifiers or transferred electron oscillators also. So now based on the RWH and two valley theory of RWH, the Gunn diode operates. Before going to discuss this Gunn diode, first we are going to discuss about RWH theory, Ridley-Watkins-Hillson theory, RWH theory. So the RWH theory explain about transferred electron mechanism. Ridley and Watkins, these are the two scientists, invented that there are some subbands in the conduction band. If you give some energy, then electrons are transferred from lower valley to upper valley. The fundamental concept of this RWH theory is the differential negative resistance developed in the bulk solid state third and fourth group compound solid state devices when either voltage or an electrical field or current which is applied to the terminal of the sample, any sample of gallium arsenide or other type of samples, then we get some negative resistance developed. Basically, there are two modes of negative resistance devices. One is voltage control device. Second one is current control device. This is the graph voltage for voltage control device. So the current density versus electrical field. So in this case, the characteristics gets are like this. So in this case, voltage control device, current density is multi-valued, but in this case, the voltage density is multi-valued. If you increase where current electrical field, the current density changes like this, negative resistance occurs. For now, for an n-type sample, if you take an n-type sample, when the n-type sample means the number of charge carriers are electrons, majority charge carriers are electrons. So when a voltage is applied, there exists some instability within the structure getting high field domain because of negative resistance exists. Means here there are no junctions. So if you take only one n-type sample, where gallium arsenide material, so in the conduction band, valency band is there. Conduction, the majority charge carriers are due to electrons in the conduction band. The current conducts. So, but in this lower value electrons are more, upper value electrons are less. So when applied, when a voltage is external voltage is applied, then there exists some instability within the structure. Means the electrons present in the structure of the conduction band of the structure changes. So actually there are no junctions, control gates for the structure. It's homogeneous structure, actual structure initially, and due to unstable in nature, finally converted into heterogeneous sample, and means it changes their internal structures, and the electrons transfer from lower value to as the electrons transfer from lower value to upper value. Due to movement of electrons from lower value to upper value, it homogeneous structure is modified into heterogeneous sample. So, so it forms two field domains. High field domain is formed. High current filament, current voltage control device. High field domain is formed. High current filament. This is a high current control device. High field domain forms like this. So in between two low fields, whenever the current flows like this, some field is developed. High field domain is formed like this. So in between low current parts, high current domain is formed. So I can explain to how it forms like this. So now, in the voltage control negative mode, high field domains are formed, separate two low field regions. The interfaces to separate high field domains like along equipotential, that they are planes perpendicular to current direction. As the voltage increases, the high field domain moves towards the anode to anode, and again high field domain is formed and moves towards from anode to anode and collected over there. In this process continues means, so whenever the current is flow like this, some high field is found here, So it moves from anode to cathode like this. This field moves from this point to this point, this point, this point like this. It moves like this. Again the high field is formed like this. So like this, high field moves from this point anode to cathode like this. So in this case, high field domain. So in the current control negative resistance mode, splitting the sample result high current filament running along the field direction as shown below. So this is the running along the line. So the high current filament is formed because of inversion of homogeneous to heterogeneous along the direction of electrical field only. So the dI by dV is equal to current density dJ by dE is equal to negative resistance. High field domain is formed during the process of stabilization. The electrons from the cathode to anodes are collected. So this is the voltage control graph. So as E changes, current density decreases. The E increases from this point to this point. Current decreases density from this point to this, like this point to this point. So now in case of current control graph, you can understand very easily. So take the middle part. If an electrical field is E naught, this is E naught. Electrical field is E naught. So electrical field E naught is applied. At this point, the current density is J naught. So now, if E naught increases to E2, this is E2, the current density changes from J naught to J2, means that decreases from J naught to J2. So this phenomenon of the voltage control negative resistance is nothing but the current control graph. So now two valley theory of RWH we can understand easy. We can understand first before going to discuss about Gunn diode. So Gunn diode is also based on the two valley of theory of RWH. So this is the two valley theory of RWH. The conduction band of N-type gallium arsenide consists of some subbands. These are called as valleys. The energy levels are different for those valleys. This is the energy band diagram. This is the forbidden gap. Energy gap Eg is equal to 1.43 volts. So valency band, it has some electrons, charges here. So in a conduction band, electrons are here. So energy levels are different in case of gallium arsenide material. So lower valley, so upper valley, there are no electrons here. Most of the electrons are represented here. So its mass of these electrons are m, energy level me electrons. Mass of the electrons in lower valley MEL is equal to 0.068. Its mobility mu L, lower valley mobility is equal to 8000 into centimeter square plus V voltage seconds. So this is lower valley. So upper valley, its mass is 1.2, its mass is more, but its mobility is less, 180 centimeter square plus V seconds. So now, according to energy band theory of the N-type gallium arsenide, some energy gap between lower valley and upper valley is delta is equal to E is equal to 0.36 volts. Under equilibrium conditions with no electric field, all the electrons are present in only this lower valley part, and they can participate in the current as they are in conduction band and can generate current density J is equal to sigma E. So this is the energy band diagram of gallium arsenide. If the electrons are present in the lower valley, then the mobility is high, that is 8000 meters square centimeters, 800 centimeters square plus V seconds, lower valley like this only. If the electrons are present in the upper valley, 150 centimeters square like this. If you apply energy, this is more than this delta E 0.36 volts, then the electrons present in the lower valley takes that energy and manages this gap. So this is the delta E 0.36 EV is this one. The variation or change in energy level between the lower valley to upper valley, energy gap between these two. So if you electrons present in this valley takes more than that energy, if you apply more than that energy, this energy takes by these electrons and manages this gap and jumps to upper valley, U valley, upper valley. Now If electrical field increases, more number of electrons are transferred to upper valley and hence mobility decreases. Since in higher valley its mobility decreases, then but conductance decreases, current density decreases. If mobility is less, current density is less, so it exhibits negative resistance. Nothing but if your voltage increases, current decreases, that is nothing but it exhibits negative resistance characteristics. So this is the graphs. So when electrons, number of electrons are present in this case, and electrical field is less compared with the EL. So now if the electrical field is less than the electrical field lower valley, then the electrons are present in only lower valley. So that is this condition EL less than E less than U. The electrical field is in between lower valley and upper valley, then the electrons are present in both valleys. This is the both valleys. So this is the only electrons present in the lower valley. So now if electrical field is greater than electrical of the upper valley, electrical field is greater than upper valley, then there are, all the electrons are present in upper valley, then these ways negative resistance, different resistance characteristics. Okay, now Gunn diode, operation of the Gunn diode. So Gunn diode. So Gunn effect diodes are named after J.B. Gunn, is one of the scientists. He discovered some periodic fluctuation of current. So the periodic fluctuation of current passing through N-type gallium arsenide when the applied voltage exceeds the critical value of typical value 3.3 kV per centimeter. The critical value is 2 to 4 kilovolts per centimeter. According to Gunn's observation, according to his principle, the carrier drifting velocity is linearly increase from 0 to maximum when the external electrical field is varied from 0 to threshold value. Up to some threshold value of application of electrical field, the moment of drifting of carriers from one point to another point is so increase linearly. When the electrical field is beyond this threshold value or certain threshold value, the drift velocity is decreased. Nothing but the diode exhibits negative resistance. So typical characteristics of the Gunn diode is like this. So this is the drift velocity. This is the applied electrical field changes like this. So this Gunn effect can be explained on the basis of two-valley theory of RWH, a transferred electron mechanism. Already we have discussed about this RWH theory. Based on that only the Gunn diode operates. So this is the symbol of construction of the Gunn diode. So the N-type gallium arsenide sample. This is anode, cathode. It is connected with external DC power supply. Initially, it has homogeneous structure internally. So all the electrons which are present in the lower valley of the conduction band, upper valley electrons are not present. Due to application of this DC bias supply, so the operation changes, the internal structure changes. It changes from homogeneous to heterogeneous structure. So this is the schematic representation of the Gunn diode. So this is the cathode, anode. Anode is connected to positive, cathode is connected like this. Construction consists of some different lengths. This is 100 micrometer. This is 75 micrometer range only. So the high field domain forms from this point to this point moves like this. This is metal coated contact. So it is totally based on RWH theory. Initially, we consider the equilibrium condition and all the electrons are present in the lower valley, L valley. Mobility is less, mobility is more, and current and produces current density J is equal to sigma E. Sigma is nothing but is defined as charge of the electrons, mobility of the electron, and the number of electrons present in the lower valley, and nothing but concentration of electrons N, L, N1 or N. So N0 is actual or total concentration of the electrons. So the total N is equal to total concentration of the electrons, that is N naught equal to N. Therefore, so total concentration of the electrons in the gallium, this type of a device is J is equal to electrons into E into mu1 into N1. N1 is nothing but here N total concentration into E. So if the electrical field is increased, the electrons transform from lower value to upper value, and therefore the electron concentration changes. Now total concentration is N naught is equal to some are present in the lower valley and some are present in the upper valley. So we are getting total concentration is equal to N1 plus N2 is nothing but N1. So, but if electrical field is more than this 3.3 kilovolts per centimeter, then only the transfer of electrons takes place. So, therefore, J is equal to E into N1 plus N2 E. So, here the electrons are present in both values. If furthermore increases the electrical field, all the electrons are present are transferred from lower valley to upper valley. So, now all the electrons are present in the upper valley. Then the concentration is now N0 is equal to N2 only. Therefore, mobility is decreased. Therefore, current density is equal to sigma is equal to E into mu2 now. Mobility changes. N2 E. N2 only concentration is there in the upper valley. So, this is the characteristics of the GaN diode. So, we get like this characteristics. This period is called as negative resistance period. So, original bulk resistance actually this one. Now, ultimate bulk resistance this one. So E electrical field according to applied electrical power supply electrical signal, the current density changes like this. So here E less than E threshold, all the electrons are present in the valence band to lower valley, and electrons electric field is increased up to E threshold, J also increases. Whenever the electrical field is more than E threshold, the electrons move from upper valley, lower valley to upper valley gradually. Mobility decreases, negative resistance increases. This is the negative resistance region. So there is a limitation that sample must withstand the electrical field here. Otherwise, the sample will be damaged. After EV, we get again positive resistance up to some extent, and the process is continuous. Actually, the condition for oscillation is we know that current density J equal to sigma into E. So differentiate with the J with the E, dJ by dE is equal to sigma plus E into d rho d sigma by dE. So now we have take common sigma 1 plus, we get like this. So to get a negative resistance for oscillation, dJ by dE must be less than 0. That is negative. Therefore, the condition is dJ by dE less than 0. Now this value equal to less than 0. So now this value equal to less than 0. Take 1 here minus 1 we get. Dou d sigma by d is equal to minus of sigma by E like this. So dE by d rho d sigma is equal to minus sigma by minus E. This is d, therefore dE by d sigma is less than minus of E by sigma. If this condition is satisfied, get the oscillations. So now how the domain is formed, that is explained here. Initially the sample is homogeneous. After applying the field, the sample becomes heterogeneous and domain is formed. Mostly is formed at cathode side and moves towards anode. With the domain, electrical field is very large. So whenever the DC voltage is applied, some of the electrons that are present in the structure move from lower valley to upper valley, and the electrons which are moves from one place to another place. Now, suppose if you take these are the electrons position, if those electrons are changes from one position to another position like this, moves from this point to this point, then it leaves some free space. That free space we are called as positive charges formed here. Therefore, the dipole domain is formed. Therefore, it is cathode. This is anode. The electrons moves in this direction. Therefore, the electrons if they moves from lower valley to upper valley like this, then automatically the free space is formed. Positive charge is formed. This is negative charge. The domain dipole is formed like this. Positive and negative charges. So we get some. So the time taken by the domain move from cathode to anode is called as transit time, nothing but domain. After domain formation here, it moves from this point to this point, is called as transit time. So the gun diode has different modes of oscillation: dipodomyl mode, gun oscillation mode, accumulator large mode, relaxation and hybrid modes, amplifier mode. Actually the gun diode basically we are utilizing for dipodomyl mode or gun oscillation mode. Again, the oscillation modes of the gun diode have transit time domain mode, delay domain mode, quench domain mode, limited space charge accumulated mode. So based on the different VDs, so we have different modes of operation, but all these are produces oscillation due to negative resistance region only. Negative resistance region only. Okay, thank you.